Alright, what's up guys? Undead Youth here, bringing you guys a brand new video series that I like to call The Complete Idiot's Guide to Tanking, where instead of my normal 30-minute to an hour-long videos, I'm going to break down a very simple tanking concept in simple terms that you guys can understand if you're new to tanking, or just leveling an alt or gearing an alt, if your guilds ask you to tank or you're just curious and want to watch my videos. Also, I get to berate you and call you an idiot while I do it, so what could be better? So without any further ado, here's episode 1 on. Alright, so first things first, don't be an idiot, don't be a coward. Always face your enemy. No matter how many mobs you're facing, you should always try to position yourself in a way that everyone is in front of you and no one is behind you. There are a couple of reasons for this. The first and the foremost is that you cannot block, dodge, or parry attacks that are launched from behind you. You can't avoid them at all. So that means if you're wasting your resources using active mitigation, guess what? It doesn't matter because you are always going to be taking more damage than you should be if something is attacking you from behind. Alright, next. Hey idiot, how are you going to interrupt? There's a really good reason for wanting everything to be in front of you when you're tanking it. One, because that means that you have a chance to defend yourself against every attack that's launched. But two, how are you going to launch an attack on something that's behind you? You ever gotten that annoying little message that your character pops up and says, "You are facing the wrong way. You are facing the wrong. You instead of turning that error text off, how about you face the right way? How are you going to do damage to an enemy that's behind you? Yes, obviously abilities like Blood Boil and Consecration exist, but how are you going to shockwave an enemy? How are you going to shield of righteous an enemy if they're behind you? And more importantly for you taking less damage, how are you going to interrupt and stun an enemy that's behind you? Don't fucking do that. As if you needed another reason why you should have everything in front of you, I'll give you another one. Knockbacks. There are so many mobs in World of Warcraft, and especially in Legion, that actually have an ability that knock you back. It's a really simple concept, right? They knock you in the opposite direction of the one that you're facing. But if everything is in front of you, then they simply knock you back and then everything chases after you. Everyone's fine. But when you have things that are behind you, that are also have knockbacks, and then you have things that are in front of you or in different directions that also have knockbacks, all of a sudden you're getting knocked around, you look like a fucking idiot, and you look like you're playing a game of Pong with yourself. Alright, the last and final reason why you absolutely need to have everything facing you 100% of the time while tanking is because you need to not make your group look like a bunch of idiots as well. What I mean by this is that if you have mobs that are tanking you from or attacking you from behind, then what does that mean for your group members that want to do damage to those mobs? They oftentimes have to go out of their way, especially if they're melee DPS, to get behind that target in order to do damage to them, to interrupt them, to stun them like good DPS should be doing. And this, that can even put them outside of the range of healers, can put them in danger of pulling other mobs, and most importantly, can put them in awkward positions for things like knockbacks, just like yourself, or frontal cone abilities from the mobs that are actually facing you the way that they should be. So in general, if you keep your positioning tight, your group's positioning will be tight as well, and you'll overall increase the cleave DPS and the overall downtime of your fight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video and that you learned something from this, because that's all I can really ask for. Thank you so much for your continued support, your likes and your comments. Please tell me any sort of feedback that you have for this video, and please don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends because it helps the channel grow. Thank you so much, and I'm out. Oh, and by the fucking way, I kept this under 30 minutes. Aren't you guys proud?